Welcome to another Minnesota Air mission. This mission is going to be a bit different from the last few in that although I'm a Minnesotan pilot, we're going to be flying in Hawaii. So in the last MAM episode, I showed you how I prepare for the checkout flight by practicing maneuvers and landings up near Maple Lake, Minnesota. So before what you're going to see in this flight, I did that checkout at Maui Aviators at the Kahului airport in Maui. So for context, Kahalui is kind of generally regarded as one of the most difficult paved runway airports to fly in the United States. And that's really because of the wind. And you can see here that Maui has these big two dormant foreshortening volcanoes, one on the west side called Kahalui, and then another on the east side, much bigger, called Haleakala. So this creates what's called a venturi, such that the wind gets kind of squished between these two volcanoes, which causes it to accelerate and get faster. The airport is up here in the middle, so that means that Maui virtually always has at least 20 knots of wind. It's usually pretty gusty too. So on my checkout ride, winds were about 25, gusting 35 from 070. And why that's important is that to pass the checkout, I had to land on both runways 2 and 5. So as you can see in this wind calculator, that meant I had a crosswind component on 5 of 12 knots, but a crosswind component on runway 2 of 19 knots before gusting, and then 27 knots when gusting. So the max demonstrated crosswind component for a Cessna 172 is 15 knots. So 27 is pretty nuts, and also not something I had done before. I did pass on my first try, and after doing that, the flight instructor told me only about 20% of people pass on their first try. Presumably didn't tell me that ahead of time so that I wouldn't worry about it. I don't know. But also said that only half that tried the second time even passed that time. So at the very least, I felt really well trained. Really boosted my confidence in crosswind landings quite a bit. A lot of credit of that I think goes to in-flight pilot training at Flying Cloud, where I did my private pilot, my CFIs, Sarah and Steve, really helping me not waste $1,000 in checkouts in order to get that done. But anyway, all of that was really to let me rent a 172 and fly it on my own. So we went out twice. I went out this time with my wife. And so this video will be the first of the 2 rentals that I did after the checkout. And the purpose of this one was really a sightseeing trip around Maui County, which includes a cross-ocean trip to the island of Lanai. That's about 30 miles southwest. So for the flight, we wanted to do what's called the Road to Hana. So the Road to Hana is this really popular stretch of highway, more than a dozen waterfalls that are all a pretty short hike from the road. But it's along a 2-hour drive, very windy, to this little town called Hana on the east coast of Maui. So I really hate driving long distances, so we wanted to fly it instead. So that's what we did. So for this outgoing flight, I left Kahului, which is a Class Charlie airspace airport. So that means I had to work with clearance delivery for the first time to get out of their airspace. And then we departed northeast along the coast, along here, which is where the Road to Hana is. Although we were obviously on the ocean side of it. So we got to see some waterfalls that you can't really see from the road. We then swung around the south side of the Haleakala volcano. This is a really tricky area because, as you can see on the sectional, this is a national park, and there are also some special restrictions for it. So in addition to needing to maintain 2,000 feet above the whole park, there are a few places where no flights under 9,500 MSL are permitted. And that's on top of dealing with these changing wind directions, because the winds go in different directions on all sides of the volcano. So it's just kind of a complex place to try to be in a little plane. So the solution to all of that for us was to fly over open water off the coast. So from there, we then flew west along the coast, overflew what's called Molokini Crater right here. That's an asteroid impact site. It's really popular with divers and snorkelers. And we did that before we made the ocean crossing to Lanai. So Lanai is the third least populated of the 8 major islands in Hawaii. Population's like 3,000 people. So this airport is small. It's a Class Echo, no operating control tower. It's popular with the local population because they need inter-island flights to get anywhere. And also a lot of private jet traffic. So a lot of people that come to Lanai as tourists do it to visit the Four Seasons Resort. It's a $1,500 a night resort, not a place I'll probably ever go. But that's what a lot of the traffic ends up being. Lanai is also really odd in the Hawaiian chain. It's owned by Larry Ellison, who is a co-founder of Oracle. He owns like 97, 98% of the island, the rest by the state of Hawaii. So it's just a very unusual place. I'll talk more about Lanai in the midpoint of this video, because landing and taking off there was also a bunch of new experiences, some not so great. So I'll talk more about that at the middle of the video. So right now, we're actually sitting just off of the runway in a, we're actually not even in controlled space right now. This is off in the east ramp at Kahului Airport, where the general aviation stuff is. A non-movement area, you would call it. So what I'm about to do then is do all the calls necessary in order to get onto the runway, which you can actually see is like 100 feet to my left. So that's where we'll start in this flight to Lanai.
Maui clearance, Cessna 335 Sierra Papa, departing northeast with Zulu.
Cessna 5 Sierra Papa, northeast departure, remain offshore, follow the shoreline, maintain 1,500, departure frequency 119.5, squawk 1772.
Cessna 5 Sierra Papa, offshore, follow the shoreline, maintain 1,500 feet, departure frequency 119.5, squawk 1772.
Cessna 5 Sierra Papa, read back correct, and I missed it, verify I had Zulu.
We do have Zulu, 5 Sierra Papa.
Cessna 5 Sierra Papa, roger, change to my frequency on ground, 0.9 for your taxi.
Over to ground for taxi, 5 Sierra Papa. Maui ground, Cessna 335 Sierra Papa on the east ramp at Echo. Request taxi for takeoff.
Cessna 335 Sierra Papa, Maui Tower, runway 2 at Echo, taxi via Echo.
Runway 2 via Echo, taxi via Echo, 5 Sierra Papa.
Cessna 5 Sierra Papa, monitor tower on 118.7.
Over to tower, 118.7.
Alright, so here's our taxi space. And taxi complete.
Hawaiian 340, turn left on Alpha, hold short of runway 5, traffic landing.
Yeah, left turn Alpha short of runway 5, Hawaiian 340.
Maui Tower, Cessna 335 Sierra Papa on the east ramp at Echo, ready for takeoff.
Cessna 5 Sierra Papa, Maui Tower, roger, short delay, traffic touching down runway 5.
Waiting for tracking 5 Sierra Papa.
Runway 5 to turn right Alpha, taxi cat via Foxtrot, and monitor ground.
There you go.
Alpha Foxtrot, cat monitor ground, friendly 5 view.
Cessna 5 Sierra Papa, runway 2 at Echo, clear for takeoff, traffic, forward lighthouse, passing off right, inbound right down runway 2, caravan.
Runway 2 clear for takeoff, 5 Sierra Papa.
Caravan 9 Mike Bravo, traffic departing runway 2, Cessna northeast bound, passing off your right.
9 Mike Bravo.
Hawaiian 340 on Alpha, cross runway 5, then contact ground.
Cross 5, ground the other side, Hawaiian 340.
Southwest 1187, Maui Tower, runway 2, clear to land.
There's runway 2. Alright. Very slight deflection into the wind here.
Southwest 1187, Maui Tower, runway 2, clear to land.
There's the wind.
Clear to land, runway 2, Southwest 1187.
Southwest 1187, traffic from Mount Northeast Collier for enter right down to Poliu, Caravan 1000.
Looking Southwest 1187.
Caravan 9 Mike Bravo, traffic 4 miles on runway 2, Boeing 737, 1500, reported high.
Traffic attack, Caravan 9 Mike Bravo.
Caravan 9 Mike Bravo, maintain this separation of the Boeing 737. Follow our traffic, caution with turbulence, runway 2, clear to left.
Clear land, runway 2, number 2, Caravan 9 Mike Bravo.
Caravan we're looking for. Oh, I see him. He's way up there. Yeah.
Southwest 1187, traffic entering 35 miles on the right down. Caravan, they do have the insight to follow 1100.
Southwest 1187.
Cessna 5 Sierra Papa, contact 8 departure.
Over to departure, 5 Sierra Papa. HCF departure, Cessna 335 Sierra Papa, 800 feet, climbing 1,500. Did that go through?
No, I didn't go through. HCF departure, Cessna 335 Sierra Papa, 900 feet, climbing 1,500.
Sierra Papa departure, safe position relative to Kahului Airport.
What did you say? Say again, 5 Sierra Papa.
5 Sierra Papa, safe position relative to Kahului Airport and altitude.
We are 2 miles northeast relative to Kahalui and 1,100 feet.
5 Sierra Papa, radar contact, resume navigation, altitude discretion, Kahului, altimeter 3003.
Resume navigation, own discretion, 3003, 5 Sierra Papa.
5 Sierra Papa, rebound, correct.
Alright. So do you want to follow the coastline, or you want to try to get in slightly closer here?
Up to you. Whatever you think will be prettier.
I don't know. So this is the road to Hana we're on top of right now.
Okay. I'll keep following that then for a bit.
Okay. Yeah, if you see any, like, you know, waterfalls or whatnot,
Okay.
cool stuff. There's a gorge right there that looks kind of neat. We do need to stay underneath
The
that
fire.
by
Yeah.
about 500 feet, which is about where we are. So
Okay.
actually, we probably can't really go in one ground.
5 Sierra Papa, radar service terminated, Squawk VFR, exchange approved.
Radar service is terminated. Squawk VFR, frequency change approved. 5 Sierra Papa. Right. There we go. We're free. So we can fully do whatever at this point.
Awesome.
I'm going to drop down a little bit. I actually don't like being close to those clouds.
Understood.
So we're at, this is 1,000 feet for reference. Down to the water, that's 1,000 feet.
Okay.
So we need to stay half that distance below the clouds and half that distance above any non-populated areas, but we have to be this high above populated areas. So if you see a town, then we have to go higher. But right here, this is considered open water. So do you want to do something crazy?
Okay.
Not dangerous, but it will be a unique experience, let's say.
Okay.
Right now we are at 100 feet.
Descend 5,000,
Wow.
southwest 2521. 2521 for the TASE, verify you have Zulu.
I don't want to get any lower than that.
Southwest 2521, verify you have Zulu. With Zulu, southwest 2521. 2521. 230, leaving 3,000 for direct on Nohi.
I see a bird over there. We don't want to
Almost 3,000 direct on Nohi, Hawaiian 230. 230 rebound, correct.
What do you think?
Very cool.
HFD departure, friendly 29, 1 mile north of,
head back up.
1 mile east of Kahului, 700 to 1,000 VFR corner.
Without the map.
29 departure to contact is navigation altitude discretion, Kahului altimeter 3003.
3003, resume navigation discretion
Oh,
altitude.
that's a crazy house.
29
Yep.
rebound, correct.
Probably one of the ones that complains about planes in this area too. So the road to Hana stuff starts in about as far as we've gone this way, but
Okay.
further this way. So we will aim to stay maybe about 1,000 feet, I think. Maybe a little lower than that.
Man, that must have cost an unbelievable amount of money.
What?
That
oh,
one
that
house?
giant house?
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like it might have been or still be a farm though. Might have been, oh, it's pastures.
7,000, contact center 118.45.
Alright, let's stay about here at 700 feet. Now we're listening to ITAF, the Island Traffic Advisory. Oh yeah, do look out for birds too. There's a bird over there.
Okay. I'll do my best. Oh, it's a little cave.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The cliffs.
Yeah. Gorgeous.
If you see any waterfalls, let me know.
I will. Little gorge right there.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one right there.
Oh yeah. Actually, you can't even see that one from the road.
That's cool.
I'll slow down a little bit more. Another gorge.
Yep.
Little beach.
A tiny one.
Yeah.
I don't know how you'd get to it without hiking.
Boat.
Yeah, boat.
I mean, a lot of stuff here is only accessible by boat.
Yeah. Alright, I will Google Map waterfalls.
Yeah, we can't get high at all. Look at that. Very
Okay.
pretty. Very pretty though.
Look, a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of them are inland.
Oh, there's several. Look down there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Not on the map.
Yeah, well, these are ones you can't hike to, really. Another one right there.
Yep.
If I'd known that, we would have stayed a little lower. Yeah, actually, let me go down to 500. Oh, this is like one of the canyon. We won't do that, but
Yeah, we will not.
but it will be very pretty, I imagine. So something where we are is called Jurassic Rock.
Okay.
Oh, look, it looks kind of like a claw. Maybe that's it. See, it's like reaching out.
Yeah,
Or it's like a big foot.
that could be it.
Yeah, those hills too.
Yeah, so you see how those cars are right on that cliff line?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to do this drive.
Oh, yeah, that one just has, that one's right on the rock.
Uh-huh.
We're also approaching something called the Statue of Liberty, which seems to be below us.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see down
I can.
what that might be.
I don't... I don't see anything that it could be, but doesn't necessarily mean anything. Yeah, no, I don't see anything that could be a Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, huh. Oh, actually, we're not to it yet. Still in front of us. Then this. Oh, I wonder if it's that little peak right there. That rock.
That could be.
Sticking out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice waterfall. Look at him.
Which one?
Right that way.
Oh, wow!
Yeah.
This is super cool.
Alright, so now we're headed toward Lanai. These are golf courses. It's up there somewhere. Like way further from where we are. I don't know if we can even see it. It might be on the other side of this hill.
Yeah, could be.
Might be why he's headed straight in.
Or is it that thing up there on the top? On the right?
Oh shoot, yeah, I think you might be right.
It kind of looks like a field.
Yeah, we're way angled away from it. No, you're right. Oh, the ridgeline gets higher here. I see.
Lanai traffic, Lucky 01, single V22, 2,500 feet, 10 mile final, runway 3, Lanai traffic, we're conducting overflight, no attempt to land.
Oh, overflight, no attempt to land. Okay, good.
Lanai traffic, Cessna 335 Sierra Papa is 4 miles southeast. We'll be crossing midfield
to land runway, join downwind runway 3 to land Lanai. Oh, I see it. We are low. Yeah, we're only 500 feet above ground level.
Traffic Lucky 01 Single V22, 2,500, proceeding 8 mile final runway 3. We'll go ahead and execute a left turnout at 2 miles. Lanai traffic.
No, I'm closer, but he's going faster. There's the runway.
Yeah, but he said he's not gonna land.
Yeah, but he's doing an approach.
Well, I mean, you're both aware of each other, so...
Well, there was just an accident where exactly that happened. Yeah, you see how the weather here is,
Oh yeah, it's cloudy.
tricky, yeah. But there's still visibility. So I'm gonna cross, you know what, I'm gonna cross midfield and then, extend downwind to come in behind him. That's the safest option here.
Okay.
Lanai traffic, Cessna 235 Sierra Papa is almost over midfield. We'll turn left downwind 10 and extend downwind, come behind incoming traffic, Lanai.
Traffic Lucky 01's looking for you this time, and don't worry about getting in behind us. We'll go ahead and turn before you.
Roger, 5 Sierra Papa. Oh, there he is.
Papa Lucky 01 executing left turnout. We'll be sequencing again for 10 mile final.
Got you in sight, 5 Sierra Papa. Yep.
No.
Right that way.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he's a big one.
Yeah, okay.
Alright. So we're gonna go ahead and set up for landing. Oh. Ooh, do not want to get in those clouds. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna do a long, a nice long descent here anyway. Because I do not feel...
traffic, 732 Caravan, we're about 5 to the west, 1.2 climbing over flying eastbound, Kahului Papa.
Lanai traffic, Cessna 5 Sierra Papa on left downwind 3. Lanai.
And Lanai traffic Lucky 01 Single V22, 2,700. We'll be proceeding westbound at this time. Last call, Lanai traffic.
Lanai traffic, Cessna 5 Sierra Papa left base 3. Doing kind of a low approach here. That's okay. Oh wait, which way was wind?
I thought you said west.
320.
Oh, that's not what you wanted. Never mind.
Wait, 320. Uh-oh. Maybe landing the wrong way. Oh no, 320 was... Oh, this is like totally wrong. That's what's happening. I didn't adjust it in flight. Oh shoot, I forgot this was this kind. Alright, we're on... Lanai traffic, that's a 5 Sierra Papa short final 3. Okay, so wait, so 3... if we're on 3, 320 is from the left. If I see a windsock, there's the windsock, so yep. So I'm gonna need a slight left correction. Got a nice approach going here. Have to angle slightly to the right. A little more power. Crosswind correction in. There it is. That's okay though.
Not bad.
Oh, this is downhill. Alright, we're turning. Yeah, the wind was changing as we were landing. Went from left to down the runway. Made it easier to land, but was an unexpected change. Welcome to Lanai. Lanai traffic, Cessna 5 Sierra Papa, clear of the runway, Lanai.
So here in Lanai, we really only planned to just get out of the plane, use the restroom, take off, and head back. So Lanai Airport, though, was just not a super nice place. We parked in what's called transient parking, which is clearly like the not super well-maintained part of the airport. There's a signature there, which is an FBO. It's clearly for the jet traffic. We couldn't figure out how to get into the non-signature terminal in order to use the restroom. We couldn't figure out where it was. And so after wandering around a bit, we worked our way over to signature, and then a security guard got kind of mad at us for trying to use the signature gate. I guess that was a special gate just for signature out of the airport. And so we just got back in the plane and left. There was not really anything else to do. Well, I take that back. We tried to leave, which is where we had what I might call a learning experience. So Lanai has a kind of a peculiar runway. It's aligned 30 to 210. So runway 3 points straight into the volcano, Lanai Ahale, and the other end points into the ocean. It also has no taxiway, so to get to the end of the runway to take off, you have to enter the runway and go backwards on the ground, what we call back taxiing, in order to get to the end. And all of that's with commercial flights, pretty fast planes operating. So what happened is that I heard on the radio there was a plane on a 6-mile final, and based on my experience in the airports I normally fly out on with 172s, that seemed like it should have been plenty of time to back taxi and take off. But the plane was a Pilatus, which I figured out later is much faster than a 172. So it comes in somewhere between like 1.5 to double the speed of a 172. So whereas I thought I had several minutes, I had fewer minutes than that. So I got actually out onto the runway about a third of the way, and I heard him make a 2-mile call much sooner than I thought he would. And so I actually like flipped a Yui on the runway and then got clear and ended up leaving the runway less than a minute after before he got down. So I don't think it was unsafe at any point. He could have always gone around, but it didn't feel like you're not supposed to do that. The plane landing has priority. So it just felt like I guess, I don't know if they were bad decisions because I don't know how I would have known better, but definitely a learning experience and not a mistake I will make in the future now that I'm much more conscious of how fast these planes might be coming in. I also meant there was a little bit of a get there-itis too, which is a kind of a classic problem in general aviation, because I knew that we had to be back to turn the rental in, and we weren't late at this point, but we were getting close, and I started to feel a little pressure to go ahead and get out there. So many lessons learned, things that I definitely won't do again. So yeah, we at that point basically just turned around, went back to parking, and I just sat there for like 10 minutes. I recognized what had been going on. I was like, I need to calm down. I'm feeling a little on edge as a result of this. In my mind, close call. It wasn't really a close call, but it felt wrong. So I just kind of calmed down, and we ended up leaving about 10 minutes later. The consequence of that was that originally when I had planned this flight, I had wanted to fly up to Molokai, which is the island to the north in Maui County, and then fly along the coastline, and we didn't have time to do that. So that's okay. I mean, that's a better call, I think, to not do part of your trip in exchange for feeling safer. But I wish I had done that before getting on the runway, turning around, coming back, and feeling all freaked out. So it all worked out, but definitely some lessons learn on that. So for this flight back to Kahalui, we departed on runway 3, which meant we were taking the path into the volcano. Really odd thing about, other odd things about this runway. One is that there is a permanent rain shower, more or less right on the end of the southwest side of the mountain, meaning there's always a cloud hanging out right off the runway that's almost always raining, as it turns out. So we passed through that, had to fly through there. And it also, another odd thing about the runway is it's kind of in a dip, like the middle of the runway is a little lower than either of the other sides. So when we flew through, one of the kind of odd aspects of that too was that the windsocks on either side of the runway were pointing in opposite directions, which is not a thing I had experienced before. So yeah, we took off there. You can see in the path here that we went around the north shore of the island. So one of the neat things that I really wanted to see on Lanai from the air, something I knew that we couldn't see otherwise, was on the sectional, there's something I'd never seen before, which are shipwrecks. So it turns out this part of Lanai here is called Shipwreck Beach. It has over a dozen shipwrecks. The two on the sectional are the two biggest. One in the west is YO-21, which is a naval yard oiler that was at Pearl Harbor. And then the much larger one, which you'll see in the video, is YOG-42, which was a yard oiler filled with gasoline. Also served in World War II for the Navy. And they actually intentionally beached it here on Lanai in 1949. So we checked that out, did kind of a quarter turn around it, and then flew back to Maui, where we had to once again work through the Class Charlie airspace. So contacting approach and going through a lot of again, new experiences for me to do on my own. I've done Charlie operations with instructors before, but had never done it fully solo before. So that was all new too. But yeah, so we'll start. I'm not going to show you where we screwed up and went onto the runway. I actually didn't have the camera recording at all at that time, which feels good to me. I have the audio though, so I can go back and cringe at it. But we went back in this video. You're going to start from the end of the back taxi onto runway 3 and takeoff, and heading over to the shipwreck, and then heading back into Kahalui.
All right. Wind's coming from... Now we got a tailwind. Oh, God. I do not understand this airport. Going through some rain, but still have visibility. Lanai traffic, Cessna 5 Sierra Papa departing west, last call. Okay. So, basically under us is supposed to be the shipwrecks. One of them at least.
Oh, okay.
The other one is a little further up. Well, maybe not under us, but...
Yep, looks like a tanker of some kind.
Very rusty.
Yep. Well, it being metal makes more sense.
Yeah. Wait, you were looking for a wooden boat?
Yes?
Charlie, time 23, Mount 4 Zulu, wind 030 at 22, that's 28, stability 10, ignition, 2 clouds, 2,000, 5,000 scattered. Temperature 33, 2.21, altimeter 2, 9er, 9 per mark. Peak wind 030 at 29er, current at 2338 Zulu. Alice, RNAV, and visual person use on the runway runway 5. There's their mission, taxiway Delta, mark not standard. All putting aircraft, contact. Ground control on, 11.904, pushback and taxi. Advise on contact information, Charlie.
Maui approach, Cessna 335 Sierra Papa over Nakalele Point at 1,000 feet, inbound to land with full stop with information, Charlie.
November 235 Sierra Papa ATS squawk 1755, confirm your Skyhawk.
1755, we are Skyhawk. What?
United 202, thanks for your help today. Contact Maui Tower 118.7 with you.
Have a good day,
The door popped a little bit.
Oh, it'll stay closed, it's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trusting you on this.
Yeah, just don't push it.
Southwest 2456, clear direct Homai at or above 5,000, you're cleared RNS Zulu, runway 2 approach. Direct Homai at above 5, clear
No talk.
RT Zulu,
No talk.
to Southwest 2456. November 5 Sierra Papa, radar contact, Kahalui, stay altitude please.
900 feet, 5 Sierra Papa.
5 Sierra Papa, roger, left base, runway 5, Maui Tower 118.7, good day.
Left base, runway 5, over to tower, 5 Sierra Papa. Alright.
202 Heavy Monitor, number 2, following
Tower.
company, Heavy Airborne 777, cautionary service, so showing 140 knots, ground speed, wind 06017, gust 29 on runway 2, cleared to land.
Ground, Southwest 2522, taxi 2 Charlie.
Southwest 2522, runway 2, taxi to Alpha Charlie.
Alpha Charlie 2, Southwest 2522. Southwest 1188, ready to taxi.
Southwest 1188, runway 2, taxi to Alpha Charlie, number 3 for departure, following company, taxiing out behind you.
Alright, Alpha Charlie, following company, number 3, Southwest.
Maui Tower, Cessna 335, Sierra 5 Sierra Papa, 900 feet.
Cessna 335 Sierra Papa, Maui Tower, follow the shoreline, runway 5, continue, traffic will be taxiing on the runway shortly.
Continue along the shoreline, 5 Sierra Papa.
1316 cross runway 5 at Alpha, taxi to parking, and remain this frequency.
Cross runway 5 at Alpha to parking with your 1316.
750, contact gates at departure.
Departure 750, yeah.
Southwest 2947, gates opening up now, advising ready to taxi.
Yeah, we're ready to taxi now, Southwest 2947.
Southwest 2947, turn right on runway 5 and taxi to gate via Alpha.
Right turn on runway 5, taxi to gate via Alpha, Southwest 2947.
Alaska 743, continue on Alpha, hold short taxiway Echo.
Alpha Short Echo, Alaska 743.
There's 2 traffic, 12 o'clock, and 3 miles out direction, Cessna 1000. Verify turn into the valley.
There's 2.
There's 2. So is that an affirmative?
Affirmative, there's 2 going to the valley.
There's 2, thank you. Resume navigation, notice source terminus, squawk VFR, frequency change approved.
There's 2, thanks.
Wind 24 miles tower, push back at runners, remain clear of taxiway Alpha. Yeah, 202 Heavy, a 737 is taxiing on runway 5, restricted west via your route runway. United 1736 Heavy, turn left on Alpha, hold short runway 5.
Left Alpha, short 5, United 1736 Heavy.
17, the Alaska head is holding short of Echo, waiting for a gate. East of the main ramp at turn rest to taxi to parking.
Roger that. Maui Tower, Archer 288, Hotel Papa with you, left base, runway 5.
Airport 288, Hotel Papa, Maui Tower, number 5, correction, runway 5, number 2, following a Cessna, on 4 mile left base. Wind 05020, gust 28, runway 5, clear to land.
Okay, number 2, runway 5, clear to land, 8 Hotel Papa.
Cessna 50 Papa, runway 5, clear to land, traffic will depart runway 2 prior to arrival.
Runway 5, clear to land, 5 Sierra Papa.
At 25 mile ground, push back at turn rest to make clear taxi to Alpha. Contact clearance level 120.6 for clearance. They're waiting for a gate.
And where he's landing is where we're going.
Ground line 316, we're gonna hold it, seems a little tight for us to squeeze in.
Line 316, roger. United 202 Heavy, continue to the end and hold short runway 5.
Continue to the end and we'll hold short of runway 5, United 202 Heavy.
Maui Tower, Area Center, approaching 6 northwest, 600 bound, Charlie.
Hawaiian 330, fly heading 020, traffic, Cessna on a 2.5 mile left base, runway 5, wind 05019er, gust 28, runway 2, clear for takeoff.
Runway 2, clear for takeoff, heading 020, Hawaiian 330.
Cessna 50 Papa, change to runway 2, and our left base, runway 2, clear to land, cautionary turbulence, 717 to point ahead.
Change, runway 2, 5 Sierra Papa, clear to land.
My tower, line 25, ready to push Charlie from 21.
United 1736, cross runway 5 at Alpha, and hold short of taxiway Bravo.
Maui Tower, Area Center, approaching 5 northwest, 600 bound, Charlie.
United 1736 Heavy, cross runway 5 at Alpha.
Cross 5 at Alpha, there with you, United 1736.
Arizona, Maui Tower, squawk 0352.
0352, Arizona.
Hawaiian 58, Maui Tower, hold position. Traffic company is pushed back directly behind you. Hawaiian 285, Maui Tower, hold position.
Hold Hawaiian 285. Maui Tower, Southwest 2456, with you for 2.
Southwest 2456, Maui Tower, wind 05016, gust 28, runway 2, cleared to land.
Clear to land 2, Southwest 2456.
Hawaiian 330, contact ATC departure.
Alright, runway's gonna be from the right.
Departure, Hawaiian 230.
Maui Tower, helicopter under with Jeff coming up on Hali, Miley 3.5 with East Rapid Charlie.
Arizona, we're to contact 3 miles northwest of Kahului Airport. Cross south both runways, line the correction, remain west of runway 2, final flight towards the nose. Traffic 737 on a 6 mile right base, 2,100.
Okay, towards the mill, remain west, we're looking at 73 Arizona.
1281, runway 2, taxi via Alpha Charlie, change to my frequency, 118.7.
And Tower 8, Hotel Papa, just confirming, clear land, runway 5, I got the Cessna, about the same as me.
Archer 8, Hotel Papa, square base to final, runway 5, clear to land.
Run base, 8, Hotel Papa.
Tower, helicopter under with Alpha, Hali, Miley 3000 to the East Rapid Charlie.
Helicopter 9 Whiskey Alpha, my tower squawk 0322.
0322, Hana Whiskey Alpha.
We'll go 73, turning on the final, Air Center, maintain a visual.
Air Center, maintain visual separation from the 737 pass behind the cautionary turbulence on the Hana turn rest.
Pass behind the 737, Air Center, welcome.
124, roger, hold position. Alaska 743, continue on Alpha, hold short taxiway Delta.
Alpha short Delta, Alaska 743.
Just the 5 Papa, turn right, echo, taxi to parking.
Right, I go taxi to parking, 5 Sierra Papa.
Southwest 2456, traffic helicopter 2 miles west of Field House Unit, will pass behind you for the half. Helicopter 9 Whiskey Alpha, ready to contact 3 miles east of Kahului Airport, land the Hana terminus, remain east, runway 2, cautionary turbulence 73, pressure line of east arm pitch, remain east, runway 2, cautionary turbulence 737, 2 mile final.
That taxi to the parking.
Line of the east ramp order is 82, cautionary turbulence, line of Whiskey Alpha.
Line 316, continue to parking.
Line 316, welcome.
Okay. Ah!
You did it!
So 2456, continue on Alpha, hold short taxiway Echo.
That was intense.
This door is
Archer 8 Alpha, Papa, turn right Alpha, left
open
Foxtrot, hold short
close
runway
it
2
again.
at Foxtrot, remain this frequency.
Alpha, Foxtrot, hold short runway 2 at Foxtrot, 8 Hotel Papa.
Slam it. There you go. You can technically do that in the air, it doesn't really matter.
25 Roger, hold position.
Okay, well that just freaked me out.
Southwest 2456, roll to the end.
Southwest 2456, negative, hold short Echo.
Short Echo.
Bird.
Southwest 2456, sorry about that, affirmative, continue to the end.
Ooh. Still getting gusts. It's kind of whipping around a little bit. Alright, so we're going to that third
Southwest
hangar.
2947, continue to park
411
via
first
Alpha.
spot.
Continue to park via Alpha, Southwest 2947.
124, runway 2, taxi Alpha Charlie.
2 via Alpha Charlie, line 24.
And grab Southwest 2946. We cut across the ramp behind.
I think that's not this one, but it is the next one. Here?
I think it's this one, yeah. 411.
Affirmative, use the main ramp at terminus.
Southwest 2456, do you want us to turn here at Gulf or the end?
Southwest 2456, turn left, correct, you continue to the end and turn left on Alpha.
So,
On Alpha,
we'll go to the second spot.
Southwest 2456.
Archer 8 Hotel Papa, cross runway 2 at Foxtrot.
Runway 2 at Foxtrot, 8 Hotel Papa.
Hi, Tower Caravan. That's the one at Mike Bravo, low inbound for 2.
Caravan 5, down around Mike Bravo 9, tower extend, I want to clear your base.
Got the base call Caravan out of Mike Bravo.
Number 202 Heavy, cross runway 5 at Alpha, taxi to park, remain this frequency.
Stay with you, 5 at Alpha and taxi to parking on 202.
All right, that's it for another Minnesota Air mission. Next mission, we're going to be doing our second Hawaii flight. This time, leaving Maui County entirely and going to the Big Island. So this one I went with my father, and he really wanted to grab some coffee in Kona. So we went to Kona. So see you then, and thanks for watching. And remember to say yes, ma'am.